Yo, we back like we never left because we never left. So today we doing something different. We're doing the first Lost in Yonkers interview. So first of all, I want to thank you, bro, to for coming to my platform. You the first interview I do. So you know what I mean? I definitely thank you for that, bro.
No doubt. Thank you for that too. Appreciate you, man. I
No
mean,
doubt.
anything you need, man.
No doubt. I appreciate you, bro. So let's get it started, man. So first of all, the Homeboy Crittermake. You know, that's a super unique name. So I know everybody want to know like where that name originated from.
All right. Well, the actual name, the Homeboy was something that they used to just always call me the Homeboy. Associated with my affiliation and stuff like that in the
Right.
streets, and behind the wall and stuff like that. The Homeboy, because they associate the blue with homeboys
Mm-hmm.
and the red as homies. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So they call me the Homeboy. The Critter, I got that name from my grandfather when I was born. You know what I mean? He said I look like a little critter. So that stuck with me forever. It's like at first it started out like a joke, and then everybody just liked the name and they just called me that. Like
Right.
it's so real. Like the first time I went to Valhalla, people was writing me Critter, like Critter, and like my last name, and I was getting the mail. So
That's
it was
crazy.
because that's how
That's
they
crazy.
identify with me like that. And then
Right.
the make part, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to KK. You know what I'm saying? My man KK from the Bronx. He gave me that name because back in the days as a shorty on Ravine, I used to always make it happen. Like I used to always, like if it was dead, I make it live. Like if you couldn't find something, like if you couldn't find a certain type of strain of
Right.
blood or a certain thing, like Critter make it happen. Like so made
So
it
that's
happen.
where the mate comes from.
Yeah, so I got the make. That was like when I was like 15. You know what I mean? But Critter always
Okay.
been me since I was born. But then it's just all pieced together. The Homeboy Critter make that's
That's
me.
dope. That's super dope. Super dope. I ain't gonna front. Me being from Yonkers, though, I'm from the South Side. But the name Critter, not make, but the name Critter definitely was ringing bells though back in the early '90s and shit. I'm not gonna front. I heard that name plenty of times.
Yeah,
Word.
people used to always mix up the make, so they never really said make with it. They used to be like some people used to say mate or May, Critter May.
Right.
They used to say, yo,
Right.
his name is Critter, man, Critter.
But Critter, yeah, definitely. I definitely heard Critter a whole lot too. Word.
Yeah, man.
So we know you from Yonkers, but what part of Yonkers are you from?
Of course, I was born and raised in Yonkers, YO.
Right.
I was born in St. John's Hospital on North Broadway. I'm from the north side, northwest side. I'm from Warburton, Ravine, but I'm originally from Warburton, but if you know my side, Ravine is right down the
Right.
hill. And you got
Right.
Warburton.
Right.
So I'm originally from Warburton. My block, just to put it out there, my block. I'm not gonna say I started it because shout out to all the older OGs that was out there before me, like Brando and all of them. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? On Warburton and Glenwood. But that's my block, the front of the laundromat. Where my brothers and them be at, where Kiss and all them be at, and all that.
Absolutely.
That's my
Absolutely.
hood right there. You know what I mean? Also, Ravine is my hood too, though. So the
Okay.
whole north side, man. The north side love, man.
So how was it coming up in on the north side?
Man, it was love. It was love, and it was kind of rough because it was a lot of fighting. It was a lot of fighting. People always
Mm-hmm.
fight you because, like for me, I was the guy that always got all the girls and stuff like that. I always had, all the stuff that people didn't have. I had a mother, father,
Right.
uh, people. I had to really prove myself more in the streets as far as like being a stand-up dude because I had a mother and a father. You know how that is in
Yeah,
the
of
city.
course. Of
Yeah, it's
course.
like you got a mother and a father. It's like, yo, what you doing out here with us? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Why you in the projects right now? Why you eating this? Why it's like, oh, you got it good. You from Warburton, like, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I had to fight a lot. I had to fight over girls a lot. Like when I go to other projects, Slow Bomb, School Street, stuff like that, I had to fight and, just let my nuts hang because, that's the part of the town I was from. But
Facts. Facts.
hey,
Facts.
you know, that's my hood, Warburton.
Yeah,
People,
I was actually gonna ask you that. Say it again.
now I got some good memories from over there. Though.
Okay, okay, yeah, that was my next question. Matter of fact, like your upbringing, you came up with a mother and a father, but you answered that already though. So, all right, so you was kind of lucky though, because a lot of us didn't. You know what I mean?
Man, see,
So you was
I,
blessed for that.
no doubt. Thank you. See, I say like this, right? And let me put this out there too, so a lot of people don't know this. But I grew up in a household that was, I would say, type strict, but religion was never forced on me and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I had to go to church, Bible studies and stuff like that. I had to clean up. I had to earn my keep, stuff like that. My pops was Puerto Rican, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, dad, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My pops is Puerto Rican, my mom's is black, but I grew up with like West Indian culture, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause a lot of my friends was Jamaican, Trinidadian and stuff like that. So it's like, I kind of adapted that culture, you know what I mean? Even though it's in my blood, but
Okay. Matter of fact, I heard one of your lines. You say that. I think you said how you said it. The Roberto Clemente joint.
Oh, I said it's the Westchester County, El Presidente, black Spanish nigga like Roberto Clemente.
Yeah, yeah.
In the Hala Caliente, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. All right, so there's this real famous picture of DMX, and it's like a bunch of youngins around him, standing around him and shit. And you are standing like right next to him, looking super young, right? So take me back to that day. How did that even take place, that picture?
Yo, this is a great question, and it brings back good memories, man, because, rest in peace, X, man. I just spoke to him before he passed away, too, man.
Definitely.
It's very unfortunate what happened to him, man. I love that man. I looked up to him. He taught me a lot, mostly everything I know as far as delivery, projection, everything about being a true MC. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, all right, one day I was on the block. I think I was down by the second unit, and I seen like a whole bunch of camera guys and shit. So I seen X. X came out of the I think he had a black expedition at the time. And, a lot of people don't know this because I don't be pumping it like that, but X was like a real Crittermake supporter. Like, he was a fan. Like, he was
yeah.
You next. I'm telling you, once you finish, because this was around the time where I was going to trial. So he used to always tell me, yo, once you finish trial, I got you. You next up. You know what I'm saying? You next up. You first on my label, all that. Like, not to step on Jinx toes and none of that. Shout out Jinx, you know what I'm saying? But
definitely shout out Jinx.
Yeah, he was telling me, yo, listen, I got you and Jinx. But he was saying, yo, you first up because boom, boom, boom. Now, me, our history goes way back, but so he's like, yo, Critter, I need you. So I'm like, what's up? What you need me for? Huh? He like, listen, round up all the young niggas. We got a shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing Yo MTV Raps that day. He was doing Blaze magazine. Remember Blaze magazine?
Of course.
Blaze magazine and the Source magazine. And shout out to the dude that took the pictures. I think his name is James Hannon or something like that. But he was
James Cruz or something like that. Is it
Hannon or
Hannon? Okay, is a famous photographer though.
Well, he's up there. He's definitely his work is definitely respected. It's definitely high quality. I love his work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you his stuff when on Instagram.
All right, bet.
He came to me. He was like, all right, so y'all ready to take some pictures? We need everybody to, we need to form like everybody form around X. You know what I'm saying? We need some dogs. So I got Cheese, my dudes from college and shit. They had their dogs and all that. Man,
right.
Butter, you know what I'm saying? Man was there. He came with his dog and all that. And that's, you see them two dogs that X got. That's actually, if I'm not mistaken, don't kill me, y'all. That was one of Man's dogs and D-Mac's dogs. You know what I'm saying? At the time. So now we took pictures, but it was just like, he kept telling me, yo, Critter, stay next to me. Like, I want you. You know what I'm saying? It's right next to me.
Because and not to cut you off, but in that picture, you literally like right next to him. Like, you standing right next to him.
That was a memorable moment. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that, but that right there, it was just a beautiful thing. We all was there. We were taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just vibing. It was love. But the thing is that X was, and just so people know, that was on Ravine and Yonkers.
Right.
X was a regular on Ravine. He used to come down there, like when he used to say rob niggas on Ravine, like he really robbed niggas on Ravine. Like, he used to come down there and make it hot because we was down there getting money, and he'd come down there and rob niggas and shit. You know what I mean? So boom. But that day it was special, man, because actually I never saw those pictures until I was up north in Comstock.
Oh, really?
2013. Somebody came up to me and was like, yo, I seen you in the picture with DMX on Behind the Music. So I said, nah, that wasn't me. Like, I don't remember. That was like,
you wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah, like I'm up north and it's war. We in the battlefield. So
right.
So now I tell my wife, I'm like, yo, go check VH1 Behind the Music and see if you see what they talking about. So then a few other people kept saying it. Oh, you DMX man. I'm like,
Wow.
that's my man, but how you know that? Like, oh, I seen you on the VH1, bro. Now I didn't know. My wife catches it. She takes a picture of it. I didn't know that on the actual VH1 Behind the Music, they did a whole close-up on my face. So you could really see my face. Like, so that's how it came about and shit like that.
Oh yeah, the picture is very clear. Yeah, it's a very clear picture.
That was history right there, man. I still got that picture.
Yeah,
Original
picture. I'm definitely gonna put it up though, you know, so they can see what picture we talking about and all that.
Definitely. I'll never see that.
Word. So absolutely, bro. So when did you start rapping? Because that was another question I was gonna ask you.
Man, I would say I give credit. I don't know if you know the brother named T Waters. You ever heard of T Waters?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my little brother right there now. Not biologically, but you know, as shorties, he's always younger than me. But as shorties, I was like this big brother. We hung out every day. I used to go to his house and shit like that. So he was already rapping. T Waters was already rapping. His aunt had a record deal named Drama. She was rapping. Me and her was dumb cool. And I used to just freestyle. I mean, so one day it was like, yo, we're gonna do a talent show. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing no talent show, man. Like, Never Community Center on Warburg.
Absolutely.
Like, I went back home. I wrote something. It was trash. Like, it was like, so Rhonda, actually, I'm admitting this to the world. A female actually wrote my first rhyme.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I used that rhyme. We won second place in a talent show. I got open off that. And then I started writing my own rhymes. She taught me how to write my own rhymes, though, because I couldn't compose them. I could just freestyle.
Right.
I would say this is around the time like Buckshot Shorty and them came out. Like Smith and Wesson, like maybe 93, 94.
Early 90s for sure.
Yeah, early 90s, definitely.
Yeah, early 90s. Okay. All right, that's cool. So getting off that topic for a little bit. I know I hear a lot of your songs, and in a few of your songs, you talk about the minor block, Valhalla, the minor block of Valhalla, right? So, people know that's the Westchester County Jail. That's where we go to, you know what I mean? From Yonkers, New Rochelle, Mount Vernon. So when was the first time you hit that minor block?
Woo, first time I hit the minor block was in 1994, October 1994, for attempt murder.
First time.
That was my first time, and my experience was crazy, bro.
Right. Of course, that's the next question. How was it? How was it for you?
All right. At the time, I already did Woodfield time. I did Woodfield time.
Okay.
I was detained in other places and stuff like that, but I never actually been in the cell or in jail. So that experience alone was mind-boggling. But then actually entering Valhalla and then going to the minor block after hearing all these stories from my cousins like JB, Quick, certain dudes that was already there already.
Right.
Minor block, One West, you know what I mean?
Wild West.
Yeah, they put me in the Wild West. They put me in One West. Now, like I said, my father's Puerto Rican. So at the time, it was a Spanish and Black war going on, small little war that my incident sparked it more now.
Okay.
But that was going on that I had no knowledge of. So because of my last name and because I said that I speak Spanish and stuff like that, they put me on the side with Spanish brothers. Now, it was one Jamaican dude over there. This is crazy, huh? So the Jamaican dude, he sends me a kite, some soups. Yo, I'm from Mount Vernon. My name, I forgot his name.
Right.
If you're watching right now, you're a sucker, nigga. So he sends me a kite. Now, I don't know too much about about jail like that. So he was rocking me. Yo, come out to the day room later. We're gonna chill, whatever. So I'm like, all right. So we come out to the day room. Now, at the same time, we cool now, so I can say his name. Bishop, I don't know if you know him, Bishop and shit.
I definitely know Bishop.
Yeah, from School Street. I haven't seen him since I've been home, but Bishop, we good money, bro. We squashed that. Bishop comes and talks to me. Yo, listen, bro. Yo, you from Yonkers. Yo, we got to stick together. So I'm like, all right, cool. See, like, yo, come out to the day room. So I go to the day room. Long story short, I'm sitting in the day room and I'm talking to the Jamaican brother from Mount Vernon. And all of a sudden, them hard ass chairs we used to have in the day room.
Absolutely.
I get hit in the head with a chair. Like, these niggas don't know who they fucking. They hit me in the head with a chair. So I turn around. I'm like, yo, what's up? So they laughing. So
that's the Spanish brothers?
Yeah, Spanish brothers.
Okay.
So they like laughing and shit. So I'm like, I picked the biggest dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why, shout out to Mario too. Mario was there. the reason why I didn't get Mario was because he was the biggest dude. Mario was like 6'7". He big minor.
Okay.
The reason why I didn't get Mario is because he was standing behind the first dude I got. He got in the way. So shout out to Harry. That's my boy now. Harry got in the way and he was the biggest dude. So I cracked on Harry. Boom, me and him start scrapping. So now they jumping me. I'm getting it with them. We fighting, they jumping me, whatever. I'm shaking out with them. Boom, next thing you know, I couldn't handle like 9 dudes. So next thing I know, I blacked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened. I think I slipped, hit my head on the slop sink or something.
Okay.
I wake up. I'm in the hallway of Ward 29. Ward 29 is Westchester County Medical Center.
Right.
For the inmates.
Damn.
I wake up. I'm like, yo, what happened? They like, yo, you got jumped. Boom, boom, boom. So I wound up staying in the hospital for 8 days. 8 days. A lot of stuff was going on me out there. They did their thing, you heard?
Right.
I say, can I tell you about those 8 days I was in the hospital?
Absolutely.
Days I was in the hospital. Shout out to my cousin Quick. Shout out to JB. You know what I'm saying? They was wreaking havoc on them dudes, bro. Like, I'm talking about 2 dudes by themselves just wreaking havoc for me.
They got busy on the Spanish dude.
Yeah, because of me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of escalated the war more. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know where we from, Yonkers, period, South Side, North Side, we all run together, bro. Like, so it was some Spanish dudes that I was cool with, that I was like, yo, nah, you can't touch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sending kites from the hospital. Like, yo, chill. Like,
right. Yeah, because we do all run together. You're right.
Yeah. So it's like, plus, people don't know Quick is Spanish. I'm Spanish. Like, I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? He's
right. So you're not trying to make it a fully Spanish and black thing.
It was basically like, because a lot of them dudes was nietas. So it was like a nieta
I see.
Crip thing. It was like a Crip nieta thing, or, you know, something like that. But yeah, man, that's how that went down. And then once I got out, I kept pursuing it. Every time we see them, it's on. And then one day, we all was in a box together, and I was the porter, and I came out in 3K.
Up in 3K?
Yeah, and I basically, everybody says they opened up 3K, but I opened up 3K. Yeah. Me and Gangsta, I don't know if you remember Sean McGee, Gangsta from Mount Vernon, he passed away. Me and him was actually the first 2 minors to go to 3K, and then a whole group. And that was in 1995, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I wasn't there yet. Yeah, I went in 96.
We was wilding. I had like 9 assaults on staff, so we was going crazy in it. So
I remember.
You know, basically that's what happened. Then when I got out, you know, like I said, I mean, hope people could learn from this. I was able to squash that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to go to them like, man, yo, listen, I'm done fighting with y'all. I know y'all done. We all in the box. Let's just squash it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over with, bro.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? We didn't take it to the knives. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't stab them, cut them, none of that. I mean, one of them got cut, but, you know, after that, it was over with, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes a bigger man to do that.
Exactly. My first experience of Valhalla was like that, man. It was
so that was off the coming. Soon as you coming in and that's popping off like that?
First day.
Wow.
Day. Like, no 2 days, 3 days later, they got right to it.
That's a hell of an experience, bro.
Because, you know, I mean, you've been to the holla, so you know how it is. Like, it's like when people don't know you and they think you were like, if they just look at you and like, because I was a skinny dude. I was mad skinny, big afro.
Right.
Like, I didn't look like I get busy probably to them. You know what I'm saying? Plus, all that shit was going on anyway. So
exactly, yeah. Especially when you first come in, you know how it's. They look at you. If they don't know you, you know it's gonna be on for you.
Yeah.
So that was the attempt murder joint. What ended up happening to that?
To that case?
Yeah.
I wound up doing a bullet. You know, at
first.
You
got okay.
Yeah, I wound up doing a bullet because, you know, that case was. It was basically a case where I had to cop out in order to save my little man. You get what I'm saying?
It was one of those things.
Yeah, because if I'd have went to trial, I probably could have beat it, but they offered me a 4.5 to 9. But then I got a paid lawyer. I sucked it up, got a paid lawyer. He talked him down to a bullet. I took that 8 months, did my 8 months, went home.
That was sweet. Yeah, that was definitely sweet.
Did my 8 months.
Absolutely. So in 97, something you had like a life-changing event that happened to you. If you I don't know if you want to elaborate on it.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I'll briefly get into it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because I know you got a documentary coming out too. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't.
I'm still kind of fighting this case. I would say I am still fighting this case, but at the end of the day, back in 1997, I was falsely accused of, I won't say the crimes, but just know that it's no sex case,
Right.
and it's not nothing towards women, towards children, or none of that. It's a violent crime.
Mm-hmm.
I was charged, falsely charged of this crime because I wouldn't cooperate with the police. That's what it was. You know how
Wow.
the police is.
Absolutely.
They actually was running down on me for about maybe 2 weeks until I finally gave in. And what's crazy? It's like I knew better because I knew the law at this time. I already been to prison, came home. So I knew the law. I knew that you wasn't supposed to go to the police station without your lawyer present. Feel me? But
And that's what you did?
I went down there with my mother because my mother was stressing me out, kept calling me on my cell. At the time, I had a cell phone, kept blowing up my cell phone. Why are they coming in looking for you? What did you do? What did you do? And I'm like, Ma, I just came home. I only been home 30 days at the time, bro. I just did a 2 flat for a pistol. Got caught with a pistol. I went up north, did my 2 flat, came home. I was only home 30 days. At this time, though, I was doing very well, bro. Like, I was like this close to a deal and all that. We talk about that another time, but
right.
Yeah, so I could say this. While I'm sitting in Valhalla in 97, once I got caught, or once they locked me up, when I was sitting in Valhalla, all I kept saying was, I was all smiles, really, be honest with you, because I'm like, yo, they made a mistake. Like,
you knew you ain't do it.
Yeah, I'm not out there doing crimes, man. I'm chilling, doing this shit. Like, I'm really about to get a deal, like with Def Jam and all that. I'm saying it's lit. Like, I'm like, I'm chilling. So they like, yo, you did this, you did that. I'm like, all right, whatever. Felony hearing, I'm gonna be vindicated.
Yeah, I'm gonna spank it and I'm gonna go home.
So I go to the felony hearing. This guy blatantly lies on me. Says, I saw him. It was him.
This is the accuser.
Exactly. Like if you listen, well, I haven't released it yet, but when you hear this track, Just Us, you're gonna hear ad lib when it says Tony Cisse pointing fingers, got my perspective dying. And in the ad lib you hear, it was him. That's African. That was him. That's like everything I rap about, bro. I'm not gonna say everything, but I'll say 99% is real. There's no cap, bro.
Oh, I know that. I was gonna say that in a little while. I was saving that for later.
Yeah, so it's like he said it was me, and they stuck with it. I went to trial. I fought it tooth and nail. I blew trial, and I was subsequently sentenced to 21 years, man. Well, to 20 years. For a crime I didn't commit. I mean,
20 years.
Yeah, 20. They gave me 20 years because of my past, like because of, I was a predicate.
Right, you had the 2 priors.
Yeah, I had 2 priors too, and they was both violent. So they involved pistols. You know what I'm saying?
So how much time you end up doing out of that?
Man, I wound up doing 20 years, 7 months, and 18 days. But Jesus now the reason why I did that much is because, all right, when I first went up north, I landed in Gladiator School. I was at Coxsackie, you know what I mean? So not to get into the whole story, but in Coxsackie, you got to shoot or be shot. You know what I'm saying? You got to, like the same mentality in the streets, kill or be killed. You got to shoot or be shot. So therefore, I'd rather be the shooter than the person getting shot. So long story short, I shot something. It was for a reason though. I had to because he tried to shoot me. I wound up shooting him. And I wound up getting a 1.5 to 3 for that. You know what I mean? Added on to my 20.
Okay. Damn. So it was running wild though. You had to do the 20.
Wild. Exactly. It's consecutive. Now, what people don't know is that a lot of times it's under the judge's discretion if he wants to run a consecutive or concurrent.
Oh, concurrent, 9
times out of 10, he's gonna run a consecutive because they don't want you to go home and they want to make money off you.
Sure do.
So therefore, going to the story, I caught that. Because out of 20 years, you only do 85%, and that's only 17 years.
Exactly.
So actually, I was supposed to come home on my CR in 2015. I wound up coming home 2018 because I caught another 2 years in the same spot for knocking 3 police out. You know what I'm saying? He sent me back to that same spot as a man now, because the first charge I caught, I was a kid. I was only
you was just coming in.
Yeah, I was only 20 years old. I just turned 20. I was young, wilding. But in 2009, I went back to Coxsackie. I slowed down a little bit. I was quiet. All the COs now, sergeants, captains that knew me. But that kind of made me hot, because once I came back, they knew how I was rocking back then as a kid.
Right.
So they figured I was more powerful now, which I am, but in a positive way.
Right. You much smarter now too.
I use my power in a positive way now, where back then I would, yo, do this, do that, do it. Now I'm setting examples. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing positive things, so I don't have time for that. But they didn't want to hear that. They just kept harassing me. Long story short, we get into it. They send a beat up squad to beat me up. I wound up beating them up. Broke one of their orbital broke one of their orbital bones. It's public record too. You can look it up. Broke one of their orbital bones, broke one of their jaws, broke one of their arms.
Wow.
Yeah, they wound up, they broke, well, you know, you in the war, you catch wounds too. They broke my leg, they broke my knee actually, bust my head open, had stitches in the back of my head, like 10 stitches.
Everybody got broke up.
Yeah, we got, you know, they twisted me, bro. I was in the hospital, 2 black eyes, you know, no teeth got knocked out, none of that. But, you know, I took a major loss. I lost a lot behind that. But, you know, and that's what happened, man. And that's why I stayed in for some extra time, man. You know?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I had to defend myself, bro.
Absolutely. So real quick, right? So being up north in the years that you was up there and banging what you was, you know, jacking what you was jacking, was it hard for you? Because you know, you hear the stories, it was like, you know, outnumbered and this and that. Like, how hard was it for you up there?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, yo, like in anything you do, like even with this, even with podcast interviews, even with hip hop, if you a beast at what you do, people got no other choice but to respect you, even if they don't like you.
That's a fact.
Right? It's 2 separate things. You gotta respect me. You don't have to like me, but you gotta respect my pistol, though.
That's
you know
a fact.
in that field. So in that field, I had a lot of respect, not just because of the violence, but because of my mind state and because of my heart. You know what I'm saying? I never discriminated against. As you can see right now, I got Latin Kings, Bloods, all that I do music with. It don't matter. It's all love, because we all from the same place. We all go in the same direction. But it's like this with me. It's like, yo, I put in so much work, man. And I got so much heart. Like, it's like a lot of members, a lot of gang members, like they never met nobody like me. Like,
right.
It really wasn't no lokes like that would come to a jail or that would come to a spot and be like, yo, what's cracking? Is any Crips here? Like,
that's
like,
almost unheard of.
That's unheard of. So that's why they respect me. They salute me. And then it came to a point where I realized that, you know, no offense to the real ones, to the real lokes that's repping, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, I ain't gonna name no names and nothing, but y'all know who y'all are. But me per se, I didn't like how it was going down as far as people low riding.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
People one jail, they Muslim, and this jail, you know, that can never be said about me.
Right.
What can be said about me is that I'm a stand-up dude. I always let my nuts hang. I always rep, and I'm a fair dude. And that I was always mature, even at a young age with that. Feel me? I didn't care. Like if we was in a spot and it was more of us than them, when I say them, I mean like the other side or anybody. Because we're not, you know, Bloods is the arch enemies of Crips. We know that, you know.
Sure.
But at the same time, I have some blood homies who I still I still send money to. Like that shit mean nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's some of them that I would have went against my own for. Like you know what I mean? And on some real shit. But it don't really matter. But I think at that point, I put in enough work and I went crazy enough for them to leave me alone. So it became natural. It's like, even I'll keep it real right now on TV, all that, bro. Like it got to the point where my name was just synonymous with it. And people just left me alone. Like, yo, oh, that's Critter. Leave him alone, man. Like he not doing nothing, you heard? Like, and I'm just chilling. Like I wasn't attacking niggas, none of that. I was just doing my bid.
You was able to fall back at that point.
Yeah. Towards the end, I would say like towards the end is when I wouldn't call it falling back. I just got off the radar with it. You feel me?
Right.
Like as far as doing what I used to do. Yo, is any Crips here? Nah, I come to quiet, don't bother nobody, mind my business, go to the law library. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm
it.
sure they knew who you was as soon as you walked in the building.
Of course, because I'm like this with certain big homies. Like most of the big homies, like we like this. So
Right.
when I pull up, they automatically, like they do it out of love. I'm not saying they was pussy or they was scared, but they do it out of love. They be like, yo, Critter just pulled up. That's the low. You know what I'm saying? He chilling. He ain't bothering nobody. Don't mess with him, bro. Because I'm telling you, if you mess with him, if you pull that gun out, we're gonna have an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Going
Like
down.
I had some, you know, when I remember like when I was in the attic, like I had one of my boys, he's on the other side. He's like, yo, Critter, dudes respect your gun, bro. Like you ain't got to pull that out. But it's the other niggas that just pulled up that we got a problem with and that we want to get at. But because of you, we gonna, you know, I'm like, yo, all right, you know, I can't listen. It got to a point, bro, where I felt like I couldn't be nobody's pops with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I had to focus on my family and obtaining my freedom. So you could, so yeah, you could say I fell back. You know what I'm saying?
In a sense.
In a sense, because
Right.
as far as with my aggression with it, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
You know what I mean?
But your joints was dragging the whole time though.
Of course.
You ain't never fall back in that sense.
Yeah, nah. If I was trying to test it, or if somebody test me or whatever, we're gonna do it.
Right. All right. So let's talk some rap. Let's talk some rap real quick. Was you rapping up north? Was you one of them dudes rapping in the yard and all that?
Of course, man. Of course. Yeah, you know, I've been through, yo, you know what's crazy? People always talk about like these industry people, right? They get, you know, I had conversations with them and some of that, and they actually think I just started rapping. Like I have like testimonies of I've been doing this inside. Like I have tapes. We made mixtapes inside.
Right.
Like we had actually, you know, I'm not giving up names and locate where we was at, none of that, but we actually had the COs bringing in all types of equipment, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like where we could record EQs, all that. We was doing our thing, bro. Like we was really
That's dope.
Still pushing music, still doing our thing. And the battles and all that is like these industry people, they talking about you gotta pay your dues. I feel like as though I paid my dues because not for nothing, hip hop is supposed to be based off reality, and all these dudes talking this, you know, cap and shit and all that. But you talk about the streets. Like I feel like I epitomized the streets because I was in prison for something that I didn't do. And I kept my mouth shut the whole time. I never ratted on nobody. I held it down. And on top of that, while I was in there, I was still putting it down, battling dudes from Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, everywhere, and winning. Like I'm doing my thing, bro. Like it's so.
Those battles must be epic, man. I wish them battles was recorded, bro.
Yeah, man. Like I wish too, man. I wish too. A lot of battles, but you got to watch them rap battles too, though. A lot of battles I kind of decline because sometime in those battles, people use that as an opportunity to take a sneak shot at you.
True. But I'm pretty sure that you see the battles out here, they can't be so disrespectful up top though, right?
Oh, no.
There's no way in hell, right?
I seen somebody get clapped like that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Like he pointed in the dude's face. He pointed in the dude's face. The dude was a big homie. He pointed in his face. Dude, pop, cut him.
Yeah.
No, dude, take that rap thing serious up north too, man. You know what I mean? But I had some epic. I would say my most epic battle was with EQ from I believe EQ is from Long Island or Staten Island, but EQ is like this was when we was in Southport, and in Southport they got desks with stools, so you got the so now EQ was the only rapper that I ever met that could rap like me, as far as we could rap over beats at the same time, break it down and all that, like on some DJ shit, and rap at the same time. That takes brain power, bro. A lot of people can't do that.
So yeah, y'all went on for hours.
We went all night. It was like 5 a.m. He was like, yo, he was hoarse. He was like, yo, you got some more? I said, yo, bro, keep going, nigga. He like, yo, that's my word. I don't think he gave up, but he was like, yo, you got it. We finish this next tomorrow. I'm like, you sure? I got bars for days, bro.
You would have kept going?
I would have kept going, bro, because at the time, no lie, That's all I used to do all day was write rhymes, man. Like that used to keep me sane. Read books, write rhymes. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
flavor, bro. That's flavor, bro.
I had this joint, you know, I have a talent of painting pictures vivid. Like soon as I got to Southport, I wrote a rhyme about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wrote some shit about it. So that right there used to always win battles. You know what I'm saying? And then I had another joint that I used to save for battles called gate banging. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dudes gate banging. And,
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
that used to kill everybody. I never lost a battle in Southport.
With the gate banging joint?
Never lost. I used to kill dudes with that.
All right, cool. So fast forward a little bit. When did you end up coming home from that long bid?
I came home November 28th, 2018, almost 3 years now.
Going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years, man.
So in a sense, you still fresh out. I mean, compared to the time you did, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And if you think about the time frame, let me take you through a quick timeline. I came home November 2018, November 28th. I started working a real job 3 days later. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of dudes don't come home and do that. You know what I'm saying? So my third day, I started working. I got right to it. Boom. Next week, you know what I'm saying? I went to the studio, did my first track. I was rusty. You know what I mean? Then that was routine, work, boom. I wound up breaking my arm. How ironic is it? You know what broke my arm? A piano.
Are you kidding me, bro?
A grand piano. That shit weighed about 600 pounds.
What, you was moving it? Y'all was moving it?
Yeah, we was moving it off a truck upstate New York, and it fell off the truck, and it crushed my arm and broke my arm.
Wow.
So that's 2019. I was out of commission the whole 2019. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I had one arm, bro. I'm going through switching living arrangements, my wife being pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I'm on parole, all types of things is going on. I know, work change and stuff like that. So now, 2020, you know what happened? COVID hit.
Did it?
Crib. So it's really like I'm really fresh right now because I've been in the whole 2020. You know, we had the baby. My arm was still recuperating.
Congratulations too on the baby.
Thank you, bro. 2019, it was over. I was down. I had one arm. I couldn't really do, but I still was recording, you know, through all of this shit. I still was doing my thing. But yeah, so that's, yeah, you're right. It's like I feel fresh because now I'm outside more. And by the way, I just got off paper. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, you off paper too?
Off paper, man.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
They let me off. So just so the people know, I give them a jewel real quick. You know, I used to always say, yo, being good don't pay off, man. They always get the short end of the stick and stuff like that. But being good does pay off because they let me off parole early for good behavior. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And that was not catching violations. You know what I'm saying? Working, being home on time for my curfew, all that. Like some people might call it lame. Ain't nothing lame about me, and ain't nothing lame about staying free.
Not at all. Not at all. So let me ask you a question, bro.
Yo.
So I know you said it ain't over because you still trying to basically get the case overturned, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so being that you did all that time already, right? You even maxed out on parole and everything. You gave them every last day that they hit you with. If your joint does end up getting overturned, right? Would you still feel vindicated? You know what I'm saying? Or is it like, damn, I already did all that time. Like, it don't even matter at this point.
It's like this. People can say what they want. No amount of money can pay back. And that's true. I mean, for some people, but for me, if the payment is right, it'll make me a little bit more easier to deal with, you know, because I missed a lot during those years. I mean,
bro, that's 21 years, my brother.
21 years, bro. I lost my dad, my grandmothers, my grandfather, you know, sisters, you know, a lot of family members. That's what hurt the most, you know, losing loved ones while you in there and you can't get to them. You know what I'm saying? Then them denying you to go to the funeral and stuff like that. You can't even go because you so wild in there. They don't even trust you to let you go to a wake or funeral. Yeah, it was hard, man. It was hard, but for me, I think once if I give this case back, I would be very happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's like you said, I can't get those years back, but I can get that off my record.
Right.
That's something.
So it is a vindication. It will be a vindication.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool. So real quick, your work ethic, man, because I'll be on your page, IG and all that, and you was an animal with this rap shit, man. Like you just work, bro. It seemed like you're doing something new every day. I'm like, damn, like where does that come from, bro?
Oh, I I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've always been like this, man. It's like, yo, in anything I do, I try to go hard. Like I try to go the extra mile because I feel like even though it's not a competition, it is a competition. But I don't see none of these other dudes. I'm not in competition with nobody.
Right.
But what I mean by that is that if I have an opportunity to record, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna waste time. I'm not gonna waste time standing on the corner, chilling. None of that. I'm gonna go home or go to the studio and record.
Right,
You know
right. Do you feel like you wasted enough time already with all these years that you did up top? Is that does that have something to do with it too?
Nah, not really. Because I know that, you know, I know that it's still light at the end of the tunnel for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Musically, career-wise. So I think it's just in me. It's my ambition. It's my drive. And plus, I'm the type of person, if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I got a lot of people up top right now that I promise that love me, that's rooting for me. That when I come home, I'm gonna go hard for them. You know what I'm saying? For myself. Plus my pops, you know, between us, and I never told nobody this.
Right.
My pops' last letter to me, my pops was quiet. He never really expressed himself like that. And this is how I kind of knew that something was going on when he was like, son, I'm very proud of you. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I want to tell you that I never told you is that you have a voice. You have a good voice, and that you have a good way of painting pictures. He said, keep pursuing your music no matter what. You know what I mean?
Wow. That was the last letter you said?
Last letter I got from him.
Wow. So we got the exclusive. You say you never told nobody that.
I told nobody.
All right. All right. So so I want to do this joint. I called it Breaking Down Bars, right?
I bet.
So I picked a couple of your joints. I'm gonna say like a bar that you said, and I just want you to break it down real quick. It don't gotta be no long crazy shit, but just you know what I mean? Just a quick little breakdown, right? So I don't know the name of this joint, but you said I can't glorify AZ. I know Ron do. I chose that one because you know Alpo, all that crazy shit just happened. So that's the first one I chose, and I like that bar. I like it a lot. So
no doubt. I mean, I say that to say because it's funny that you asked me that because you're right. It's a lot of stuff going on right now with that. And actually, me and my cousin was going back and forth because he actually thought I was talking about him as far as glorifying AZ. But I'm not talking about him. I'm speaking on people that don't know, that's not from the streets or that want to act like they from the streets, or even these rap dudes. Because a lot of you seen it. I was locked up for it, but at the time I was locked up, it's like a lot of people was glorifying AZ. Like he's this bitch, paid in full, and you know, he's this big guy, and I can't glorify him. What I mean by that, when I say I know Ron Do, as you know, as we know now, I did almost 21 years in the state penitentiary, New York State. I actually rubbed shoulders with Ron Do and his co-defendant Ace. Like we used to you know, box together and all that. Me and Ace. Ron Do, me and him was cool. As far as I don't know him from the streets, but he was a cool dude, and I know that AZ snitched on him. So
who was Ron Do? For the people that don't know, who was Ron Do?
Ron Do was one of the people allegedly that ran up in the crib, AZ, and killed all those people and shot AZ up 9 times, or one of the individuals with the other dude that they say was there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? He's actually serving time right now because of AZ.
But you know, a lot of people don't even bring up the fact that AZ ratted and all that.
You know why? Because nowadays that it doesn't even matter. Like I don't usually engage with back and forths on YouTube, but this dude kept making comments and then sending it to me, so I kept responding to him. So he's basically telling me that AZ is not a snitch, right? And that's another topic. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, and from where I come from, right? If you're committing crimes in the streets, and then somebody commits a crime against you, and you alert the authorities, and that person gets apprehended, tried and convicted, or whatever, you told on them.
Absolutely.
That's ratting. That's snitching.
I don't know if you've seen the Gangsta Lou joint when he said, "Oh, it don't count because AZ was a civilian." How was AZ anywhere near a civilian, bro? You know what I'm saying? This dude was dealing with a whole bunch of bricks in the street. You ain't no civilian, bro. Not even close to no civilian.
You hit the nail on the head. You can't be a civilian if you're committing crimes.
Exactly.
Bottom line. I don't care if you stole a cake from ShopRite. You commit crimes.
Exactly.
If you committing crimes, see, because a lot of these people, this is where this come from, bro. This come from people not knowing how to differentiate the streets from real life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I agree with the dude when it comes to certain things in the streets that we need to evolve and leave that alone. But one thing that I'm gonna stand on, and I'm gonna stay with it, is that if you told on somebody, you told on somebody. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do something to you, hurt you, or none of that. It's I don't want to be around you, and I don't trust you, and that's that. So now
it's just calling a spade, man.
Shit, man, like the dude want to argue with me back and forth. He's not a rat. First of all, people that say that, they not from the streets. They work, they regular dudes, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's nothing.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, nah. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm not in the streets no more. I mean, I'll be out there, but I'm not from the streets no more. Like I'm doing other things.
Me neither. I'm on YouTube now. You know what I mean? So
yeah, like we doing other things, man. But at the end of the day, my principles and morals never change, though.
Exactly.
My way of doing things. So
all right, so boom.
Yeah,
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah,
so the next one is from Bean Sauce.
Ooh.
Right? So you said, I'm talking about Mark Twain. I'm talking about Bubba Bus. You know I'm speaking facts if you fuck with us. So I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. But what's Mark Twain and who was Bubba? What's Bubba's bus?
Yo, shout out to Bubba. I don't even know where Bubba at right now. That's my man Pops from School Street. You know what I'm saying? That's Bubba from School Street. He's an old timer bus driver and shit. But Bubba was like a smooth dude, man, funny dude. You know what I mean? We get on his bus. You know what I'm saying? He just cracked jokes and he was a cool dude. But we used to ride the 2T bus in Mark Twain back in the days. I was in 7th grade. So we used to just wild out on the bus, man. We open the windows, throw water out the window, food, all that.
The wildest bus was Bubba's bus.
We just wild on the bus, man. Don't say fighting on the bus. You know, like, nah, we was.
Bubba had the music and shit, music knocking on the bus. Yeah, that was epic, bro. You brought me back. When I heard that line, I said, oh, man, I know he ain't just say that, bro.
Nah, that's definitely no cap. If you know about us, you know we used to wild on that 2T.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say, though, that I noticed almost everything you write is facts or is real shit, like reality rap. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's what your joint is, reality rap. Because I don't hear you making no shit up. You could tell that what you say, you've been through it, or you know what I'm saying, or you know exactly what you're talking about, or it really happened. You feel me?
No question.
That's why I rock with you the way I do too, man, because it's all reality rap. You know what I mean?
Well.
So all right. So the other one was, I think it's called Welcome to Valhalla. I think it might be is it out yet?
That's a new joint. It ain't out yet, but that's coming.
Okay.
That beat was so fire that I had to just record it and then put it out, like see what people do, like how they.
I loved it. I can't wait till it come out. I'll tell you that much.
It's coming.
So you said had the minor blocks in the Hala Caliente. If you don't believe me, ask Campbell and Puente. So who's Campbell and Puente?
All right, now if you was in a holla, for those that don't know, you know what I'm saying, Valhalla, that's Westchester County Jail. You know what I mean? Yonkers, Mount Vernon, Terry, wherever you from a 914, that's where you go. But now back in the early 90s, everybody knows Campbell and Puente, they had One West. They was the block officers, COs in One West. It was Campbell, Puente, Alfonso, Zico Woods, you know what I'm saying? But it was really Campbell and Puente was like they ran that block.
It was the main two, yeah.
So they
that's another one. That's another one that brought me back too.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Ask them because they was there. They know. They used to.
Of course.
They used to stop me from doing. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And they was the police. They was the COs. But you know, you young. They kind of ran, like you said. They was the main two officers. So they did give a lot of us like a little leeway. You know what I'm saying? They let you rock out a little longer than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? When you supposed to be locked in, they'll let you rock the tier and shit like that. I remember them days, man.
Yeah, man. And that's what we used to call it too. Oh, he let you rock. Yo, you rock.
Yeah, exactly. You rocking. Yeah, exactly. Remember you had the A side and the B side and all that.
Yeah.
So my favorite song that I've heard so far that you made is "I Fucked It Up."
Oh, that's
You know what I
my
mean?
latest single too, right there.
Yeah, like I can hear that song every day, bro, all day. You
Thank
know what
you,
I mean?
brother.
Because that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? That shit hit me right here, like, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
And I could tell that every word you mean it, you know what I'm saying, in that song. So I couldn't take I couldn't take out a single bar out of it. So my question is, just break down that song as best as you can. You know what I'm saying?
It's just basically when I wrote that song, it was at a time where I felt like I really I'm like, damn, I fucked up, man. I fucked up the package. I could have had this, I could have did that. I'll take you through certain parts in there. Like when I say could have got a record deal, but I fucked it up. I was down on Ravine High, dusted up. Like that's a true story. Like, I actually had a meeting that day with Def Jam. And me and my girl at the time got into a fight. And I wound up leaving the crib, went and got some dust, and got stuck down a ravine when I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go in the afternoon. I wound up smoking in the afternoon and got stuck down there all night.
Damn.
The next day, the lady calling me, my manager's calling me at the time, Dion. He's like, bro, what happened? Where you at? I'm like, yo, I gotta go to court today. Like, I can't, he's like, nah, you can't, they canceled it. Like, that's a wrap. Like,
It's over.
So I messed it up. I fucked it up, man.
Fucked it up. Yeah, that song, like I said, that's one of my favorite. Right now, that's my favorite song.
Yeah.
Word, bro. I really mess with that song, man. But the last joint, Blue Lion.
Yeah.
That's your latest joint, right? Your latest. I know you got an EP too, that came out not too long ago.
Excommunicado.
That joint is hard too. But blue. Yeah, definitely people rocking with. But Blue Lion is your latest joint, right?
Yeah, the Blue Lion. Yep.
All right. So just tell us a little bit about that, and like where can they go get it? You know what I mean, where can they listen to it at?
The Blue Lion. I mean, the Blue Lion is an exclusive limited edition project. It's only on USBs, flash drives, and it's only available through me if you happen to see me in the street, or if I happen to be in your borough, or because I'm from New York, y'all, but I get around. I'll be in Brooklyn, everywhere. So you can get it off the website. It's on Big Cartel. It's on Cotron/BigCartel.com. You can place your orders on there, or you could just DM me. Like if you local, you New York, whatever, you coming through, you in Yonkers, whatever. You could DM me at the Order of Business Entertainment, and we could arrange an order, a shipment, whatever, like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, what's that? That's the IG.
That's my IG. Yeah, my IG is Crittermake, and my label is the Order of Business Entertainment IG.
Okay.
I'm saying now, and my YouTube is the Homeboy Crittermake, DAHOMEBOY space Crittermake.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Blue Lion is something I feel like it's so exclusive that I had to put it on a USB. I couldn't give it to the platforms.
Yeah, I feel you. I
had to put it on a USB because this is like you said, reality rap. This is, my breakdown for rap is reality and pain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my rap. So it's like these tracks right here is special. Like I feel like I'm not giving those to no platforms yet. Not yet.
I feel you, bro. I feel you 100%.
My real fans, like, yo, you want to really rock with Crittermake, get that Blue Lion because that's the real Crittermake. You're going to hear that real hip hop on there, that Cotron stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely rocking with it. I definitely need my copy too.
No
so
doubt.
I'm going to hit you up, behind the scenes and all that.
You already know that. Huh?
But yeah, man, I guess that wraps it up, man. But yo, we definitely got to do this again, bro. This was
anytime, man. Anytime. I love what you're doing, man. Lost in Yonkers, fire. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, man. You want to come up, you can rise. We both have in the same direction. Anything I could do for you, just hit me up, bro.
Likewise, bro. And I appreciate you, man.
You already know. Likewise, huh? Salute.
Yes, sir. You already know.
You already. One, huh?